Welcome to the Tweak of the Week. I'm Tommy Larkin, owner and Chief Experience Officer of Optimal Movement, Fitness, and Yoga. And today we take a look at Salabhasana, known as Locust Pose, a great backbending position which will help improve all your backbending postures. Welcome back. Today we're taking the next steps towards reducing our back and hip discomforts by integrating Locust Pose. Most people, I think, feel this pose is about stretching the front of the body. Although that is part of the benefits of the pose, it's actually one of the best poses to strengthen the muscles which help relieve back pains and makes the spine more elastic and supple. Some back pain not only occurs from muscular or spinal issues, but can also come from bowel or digestive troubles. As we learned last week, a more pliable psoas helps keep our gastric system running more smoothly. Practicing Locust Pose increases this benefit. In fact, according to Mr. Iyengar, the pose aids digestion and relieves gastric troubles and flatulence. Now, I have to admit, in my earlier years of practicing, I really didn't enjoy Salabhasana. I found it challenging, mostly due to being very tight along the front of my body. But beyond that, I was always taught to stretch the front of my body and lift the chest and legs as high as possible. As a result, I would overlift, which just created more discomfort and the pinching feelings in my lower back. Thanks to my last teacher, I discovered that I was actually not focusing on the correct process. I was thinking about trying to open the chest and front of the body rather than focusing on the actions of engaging the muscles in my back of the body. As I refocused my backbending practices and concentrated on the muscles which facilitate the ability to open the front of the body, my poses started to open up. The pinching feelings started going away and the poses got deeper. And as a matter of fact, easier. Now, Salabhasana is still challenging, but because I'm really having to work the deeper intention of the posture, simply because I'm building more strength in the back of my body and legs. Therefore, each time I work in the pose, I can find new capabilities and levels of depth. So let's look at the pose. We lift the chest and legs off the floor. This bowing action engages the muscles of the upper chest and back, glutes, and back of the legs. In addition, because the legs remain straight, the quads, the front of the thighs, engage as well. Further, inhaling to come into the pose can place more strain on the back as we lift. By coming up on an exhale, we have a better ability to keep the length of the extension in the body while lifting the legs and chest. Further, one thing most people do is overlift the arms in the posture. Many teachers instruct, and I have as well over the years, to keep the hands the same height as the shoulders. This actually engages the lats, which need to stay neutral, i.e. relaxed, in the posture. When we lift the arms too high, it produces a more creasing type of bend in the lower back, which can lead to the pinching feeling. So keep the hands next to the hips, slightly off of the floor. One last reminder, don't overthink the work and the process. Be 100% mentally in the practice, but muscularly work at about 70 to 90% of intensity. So don't worry too much about how high you can actually lift. With practice, you will gain more strength and flexibility, thus allowing you to elevate the chest and legs more. So let's practice the pose. Lying on your belly face down, stretch the arms long next to the body. On the next exhale, lift the chest and head. Attempt to lift high enough so the ribs come off of the floor. The arms and hands should elevate to remain next to the sides of the body. Now, as you take the next inhale, engage your buttocks and legs. And as you exhale, lift the legs, attempting to draw them high enough so the thighs come off the floor. Now hold this position as we take an inhale and as you exhale. And then take another inhale. And on this next exhale, lower back down to the floor. Great. Now let's do it one more time so we can practice the movements. On the next exhale, lift the chest and head. Again, attempting to lift high enough so the ribs come off the floor, hands and arms next to the side of the body. As you inhale, engage the buttocks and legs. As you exhale, Lift the legs. Again, lifting is high enough to bring the thighs off the floor if you can. And then hold here for a full breath. And then on the next exhale, lower back down to the floor. Fantastic job. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope this little quick tweak on Salabhasana helps you find less back pain, more strength in the back of the body, and maybe even a little bit of adjustment for any gastric issues you might be having. If you like what you've seen today and you want to share it with a friend, feel free to do so. Send them the email or send them this link and encourage them to sign up so they can be on the list with you to receive every tweak of the week Monday mornings. Also, for other tips, tricks, and words of wisdom, follow us on Instagram at Om Fitness Yoga or on Facebook at Om Fitness and Yoga. Hope you have an amazing day, and until we see each other again, be excellent to one another.